Here we are. Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We have the fantastic Toni Zarghami with us today out of Sarasota, Florida. She is a strong real estate producer. She's a wife and a mom, and she's just one of those people that does it all and always has a smile on her face. And I am super excited to chat with her today. So, Toni, let's start out. Just kind of tell us a little bit about yourself and your business and your production in 2018.
Hey, Hudson. Thank you so much for having me. This is really fun. And I am a wife and a mother. My 2-year-old refused to take her nap, and she has a fever, so she may walk in here at any moment. Real estate mom life, right?
Cool.
Yeah, I've been in real estate 10 years now. My husband and I run a real estate team out of Sarasota, Florida. Our production last year was about $60 million. We did 125 units as a team last year.
It's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
I love it. So what did you do before real estate?
I was actually a 4th grade teacher. I have a master's in education. My husband was a middle school math teacher, bless his heart, any middle school teachers out there. And this summer, we watched a little too much HGTV maybe because we thought, let's flip a house. That seems fun. We can do that. So one of our summer vacations, we flipped a house, and I got really passionate about real estate. And the next summer, we did it again. And I thought I would love to do this full time. I found such an excitement and a passion for it that, it's a little scary though to get out of a real job and a salary and health benefits. And so I got into real estate first and was lucky enough to get pretty busy fairly early on. And David joined me a year later, and that was 10 years ago.
That's fantastic. And you did not start out in Sarasota, right?
We did not. I'm from upstate New York, the frozen tundra that is Niagara Falls, New York. And David and I were teaching in North Carolina, actually. We had ended up there to be near my family. And, we found teaching jobs there in the warm weather. And so, no, we just came to Florida five years ago.
That's fantastic. So you started over. I love that. What is your superpower?
Oh, goodness. We just talked about this on our team this week. And one of the things that someone else said about me that I took as a huge compliment is that I have a good balance of candor and care, because I truly care about the people I work with. I truly care about my clients. I truly care a lot. And because I care so much, I can have fairly direct conversations with the people around me, whether it's, about pricing or, something to do with a seller or feedback, or if it's someone on my team that needs a little bit of accountability. So that's a great question. I would maybe say that my ability to have both care and candor is a strength of mine.
That's awesome. I love it.
Thanks.
Who's someone that you admire and why?
Oh my gosh. I admire my husband a lot because he's the CEO of our real estate team, and he wears a lot of different hats. And yet he manages it with such grace and such elegance all of the time. And he's moved us we moved here, Hudson, 5 years ago, knowing 2 people, my parents. They were our second clients because you got to work your sphere, right?
Right.
Yeah, but we moved here knowing no one, essentially, except for my mom and dad. And in 5 years, we've built this real estate team that's doing pretty well. So he's someone I admire greatly.
Pretty well is an understatement, FYI, but I love that about you.
Thank you.
And yeah, I think that's kind of why I was drawn to you guys in the beginning anyways, because obviously we share that. I moved here and started over not knowing a soul. So it was a little fascinating. Yeah. And it's proof that anybody can do it too, which I love. So
I love that you said fascinating. We speak the same language.
Oh yeah, that's the James Shaw in me. Yeah, I learned early on that you don't say frustrating, you say fascinating. Okay. What habit do you think has made you most successful?
Oh, goodness. I think it's okay it's okay doing the tasks that you don't want to do and that are a bit mundane for you and that are a bit uncomfortable. So I think one of the things that's made me really successful is I am okay with the boredom of lead generation. Is that okay to say?
Yes. I love that you said that.
Yeah, I don't love to lead generate. I don't love to call for sale by owners and expireds, and yet I do it every single day. And it's a huge, yeah, who likes that, right? Yeah, it's a huge base for my business, right? And we're able to help so many families that can't do it on their own or couldn't do it with their last real estate agent. So I'm okay with the monotony of lead generating every single business morning that I'm at the office. We are lead generating, and I'm okay with that.
And I think that's so fantastic. And we run the same type of business. And yeah, forget who it was that first said it, that it hit me so hard, but it's like the stuff that'll make you successful in this business is totally boring.
Mhm.
and you've got to be okay with it, and just
Yeah.
know that it's going to give you a not boring life if you
Yeah.
do the activities. I think it's
Yes.
fantastic.
That's a really
Um,
great way to look at it. I know what the results will lead to, right? If I do that every single day consistently, I know what that can lead to.
yeah, it's measurable, right?
Hmm.
Great. So what habit have you developed that you would most like to change?
My Starbucks habit? No. I think as a real estate agent and a mother of two and a business owner, my Starbucks budget might be a little out of control.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I need to change actually is my communication with my sellers. So my habit has always been that I check in with them every Tuesday. I call it Tony's Tuesday check-in, right? And
Love
I
it.
find in our ever shifting market that I need to communicate with my sellers more. So a habit I'm just used to talking to them at least every Tuesday. And something I need to do is work to communicate with my sellers more, just so they know what we're doing on the marketing end. They know what's going on with the market. They know about their feedback. And so that's a habit that I need to work on changing. I also would like to work on changing my water intake habit because I don't think I drink enough water.
That's a good one.
Just the truth.
Hey, we're made up of water, right? We got to drink it.
I know, right?
Keep ourselves going. Tell me something that most people don't know about you.
Oh my goodness. I held for a very long time my high school record in diving. I was a springboard diver in high school, right? It just got broken recently, and I've been out of high school 21 years now. So yeah,
Oh my
I
God,
held my high school record for springboard diving.
that's so cool. I love it.
Thank you.
When you get into a rut or like victim mentality, what's your go-to to get yourself out of it?
My coach, actually. I actually have a Max coach that's right on my real estate team. Gosh, we're so lucky to have him. And I lean on him. Yeah, because his name's Andrew, and he often says, Toni, is this happening like to you? Is this really what this means? You know, the seller just yelled at you for some reason. Like, why are you making that about you? It's not about you, right? And so what I often do is just lean on people that have been through it before, that because when you're in real estate, like you're so in it sometimes and it's so hard to see past it. So to find someone that you can talk to that can see it, you know, from a bird's eye view and take a step back and say, what does this really mean? And what are you making it mean? Is really helpful. So to get out of that rut, you've got to find someone that will allow you to have 30 seconds of venting time and then can turn your mindset right around.
I think that's great. I was talking to not my actual coach, but I was talking to a coach recently, and one of the things that she says is that she has 5 people in her phone that she knows she can send a text to at any time that says, "Tell me something good," and it's code for that she's in victim, and they're going to come back and kind of politely smack her out of it, basically. And I love that.
I just read this thing yesterday. It was about, like, I'm making up the numbers, but if you have, $80,000, did you see this? And someone takes $10 from you, you're going to throw away the rest of the money? No, you don't have the rest of the money. So if something happens for you for 10 minutes in your day, don't throw away the rest of your day, right? Just because of that one thing that has happened. And I think it's just our human nature. We all get into that mode. We've got to figure out a way to get out of it.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, it's like you take a bad minute to a bad hour to a bad day to a bad month to bad life. Like we bring things out too long. So I love that you're aware of that.
Yeah, thank you.
So what is the best mistake you've ever made?
I asked Diana Kokoska that question one time.
Oh, I love it.
Yes, I asked her that question one time, and she said not paying attention to her finances, right? Because then she learned to pay attention to her finances. Right. The best mistake I ever made was early on in my career. I was working with a couple. I still remember their faces and their names. And we were in the listing presentation and the conversation, and the husband was very dominant, right? And so my whole conversation went to him, and they signed their listing agreement and we went under contract, and all of my communication went to him because he's the one that showed up in that relationship as the communicator. And at closing, the lady, Sarah, she was sitting there just like growling at me, and I'm a high I, like if everyone doesn't like me, I cry, right? So I asked her, I said, is everything okay? And she said, you didn't communicate with me once through this entire transaction. And that was really an eye-opener to me, that regardless of who talks more or who may be the dominant one, you've got to make sure all parties involved in this real estate thing, that you're having conversations with all of them, right? And that was a mistake I made early on, and I absolutely learned from it.
I've been there as well. That's a very good lesson to learn. If you weren't in real estate, what would you do?
Oh my goodness. Great. You have great questions, Hudson. Let me think.
Thanks. I R&D'd them from other people. So credit. I just put them on a list.
Great. If I wasn't in real estate, I would do something in education. I truly love teaching. I teach a lot in my market center. I love, love, love it. So I don't know that I'd go back into elementary teaching. I think I would do something in higher education, potentially helping some adults. Yeah, I would be in education of some sort.
That's awesome. I love it. What is your proudest achievement?
Oh, my babies. My little two babies. Yeah. I have some fertility issues. I can't have children on my own. And so through the miracle of science and prayer and love, my husband and I have two wonderful, amazing babies, and they are my whole life. I'm so proud of them. And they know how to open a lockbox with the best of them.
That's amazing. And I love it. I love it so much. If you could give only one piece of advice to a new agent, what would it be?
Oh gosh, a big mistake I made early on in my career is start your database early and communicate with it. Because in the beginning you think, oh my gosh, I love these people. We just spent 8 weeks together and we talk every day and we text and I'm gonna remember them, right? And I didn't. And I think I'm sure I lost so much business because they were just in my phone, right? I did not systematically put them somewhere. I didn't communicate with them regularly. I didn't take care of them the way that I should have. And what would happen is 3 or 4 years later, a for sale sign would pop up in their yard and it wasn't mine. And I'm like, what did I do? And it was all my fault. I did not keep in touch with them the way that I should have. So I would start a database early on, whatever it is, whatever system you use, just use something and stay in touch with it. Show them that you care, right?
It's so huge, and it hurts their feelings. Like, I think, especially with buyers, like, you've got to remember, like, you kind of become their best friend for a couple of months.
Yeah.
And then you just leave them.
It's so true, right?
It upsets them. And I think that, I'm sure, just like you, like, gosh, like, I genuinely care about all of my clients, and I don't keep in touch as well as I should. So I'm always working to get better on that as well.
Yeah, agreed. So I think that was something, any newer agents, that's what I would encourage is you think you remember them. Yeah. And then 1,000 closings later, it's impossible to, right? So stay in touch with your database.
I love it. I love it. And my last question for you is just, what is your one word for 2019?
My one word for 2019. I think no, I'm not going to make it that. I'm so glad you didn't send me these questions ahead of time, so I'm put on the spot. I think my one word for 2019 is going to be progress. I think we're making, I was going to say balance, but you can't ever balance. Like if you stand on one foot, your foot's always moving a little. So I think that's just
balance doesn't really exist. You've just got to,
right? Yeah, counterbalance. So I need to progress. I need to progress in just myself as a leader. I need to progress as a real estate professional. I need to progress as a business owner, as a mom, as a wife. So 2019 last year was all about growth, right? This year is going to be all about progress.
That is awesome. And I so appreciate you taking time to talk with me. And I know you've got a sick little one there. I heard the cry out, so it's probably time to go.
I was honored that you asked.
Oh my gosh, no, it's my pleasure. And if somebody wanted to get a hold of you, whether they had questions or maybe they had somebody that you could work with in Sarasota, how would they best reach out to you?
Awesome. You can email me. My email is toni@zarghamigroup.com. So TONI at Zarghami, Z like zebra, ARGHAMI group.com.
Awesome. Cool. Well, look, go tend to your little one. And I can't wait to talk to you later.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Have a great day.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.